Help me, Clarence! Get me back to my wife and kids!
Hey everyone, Reacts is back, and today, for our latest reaction and commentary video on the channel, we are checking out 1946's It's a Wonderful Life. When I told people at my work that I had never seen this movie, they're like, "You've never seen It's a Wonderful Life?" The only thing I know about this movie is it's a Christmas movie, and it stars the legendary Jimmy Stewart. And of course, he was part of my childhood as Wiley Burp in 1991's An American Tail, 5-0 Goes West. Now, we're not going to waste any time. We're going to go and get right into it. But before we get started, if you are new to the channel and you want to see all my future reaction and commentary videos, click on that subscribe button down below and help grow the channel. So, alright, enough of that. So let's get on with the show. As X Spotlights, It's a Wonderful Life. RKO Radio Release. Wasn't that the same company that used to distribute Walt Disney's earlier films before he distributed Buena Vista? Or created Buena Vista? Wait a minute, Lionel Barrymore, I've heard of him. That's the grandfather of Drew Barrymore. Based on a story? Huh. Frank Capra, you know, that director sounds familiar. You know, Robert Zemeckis in Back to the Future admitted he was, like, inspired by a Frank Capra film.
Joseph, Jesus, and Mary, help my friend, Mr. Bailey. He never thinks about himself, God. That's why he's in trouble.
Please, God, something's the matter with Daddy.
Everyone's praying for George Bailey. What's wrong? I assume that's Jimmy Stewart.
A lot of people asking for help for a man named George Bailey.
Yes, tonight's his crucial night. We'll have to send someone down immediately.
It's that clockmaker's turn again.
Oh, Clarence hasn't got his wings yet, has he? But he's got the faith of a child.
Seems like this Clarence is guardian angel. Sounds like he's got a good heart.
That man will be thinking seriously of throwing away God's greatest gift.
Dear his life. If I should accomplish this mission, might I perhaps win my wings?
What's that book you've got there?
Oh, The Adventures of Tom Sawyer.
Clarence, you do a good job with George Bailey, and you'll get your wings.
Oh, wonderful.
And then the next time I end up looking at the galaxy, looking up, and I find the solar system.
That's him when he was 12, back in 1919. Something happens here you'll have to remember later on.
Let's go, Sammy!
Oh my God, that is so dangerous.
My kid brother, Harry Bailey! I'm not scared!
Oh my God, and who knows how thin that ice is.
George saved his brother's life that day. Caught a bad cold, which infected his left ear. Cost him his hearing in that ear. That's Henry F. Potter, the richest and meanest man in the county.
Dude, I'm getting Main Street USA at Magic Kingdom vibes with this town a little bit.
Wish I had $1 million. Hot dog! Hello, George. Hello, Mary. I'm still thinking. Shoelaces? Please,
George, Mary, that's my grandma and grandpa's name.
like every boy. What's wrong with that? Want me down? Help you down? I never saw it before. I've been nominated for membership in the National Geographic Society. Is this the year you can't hear on? I'll love you till the day I die. I'm going out exploring someday. You watch. And maybe 3 or 4 months. Wait and see.
Isn't it funny when you're a kid, you're optimistic, and you always think about what you want to do for the future? Your son Robert died. What?
Time's up bad, Mr. Potter. A lot of these people are out of work.
Well, foreclosed.
I can't do that.
Not with my money. Oh, I suppose I should give it to miserable failures like you and that idiot brother of yours.
Wow. Seems like caught a little bit of a Scrooge here. Richest man in the world, jeez.
What kind of tricks are you playing away? Why were you right into the living room right away? The boys are sick.
You're eating my soap. You put something wrong in those capsules. The bottle you took the powder from. It's poison, I tell you, it's poison.
Oh, no.
I'm sorry again.
Oh, George.
I was so hooked to die, I won't.
Just with talking, he told him the truth. It wasn't his fault. Oh my God, this is already an emotional movie to watch.
What's my name doing on it?
Little present from old man Gower. Came down and picked it out himself.
Not nice.
What boat are you sailing on?
Well, I'm working across on a cattle boat.
What are cattle boats? I've never heard of that.
Thanks ever so much for the bag. It's just exactly what I wanted.
Oh, forget it.
Oh, it's wonderful of you. I wish I had $1 million.
Oh my God!
Good afternoon, Mr. Bailey.
Hello, Violet. Hey, you look good.
Well, I only wear it when I don't care how I look.
Damn. Keep walking.
Want to come along, Bert? We'll show you the town.
No, thanks. I gotta go home and see what the wife's doing.
Boy, Bailey really gets a lot of respect from people around him.
Hope you have a good trip, George. Uncle Billy and I are gonna miss you. I thought when we put him on the board of directors, he'd ease up on us a little bit.
Oh, what's eating that old money-grubbing buzzard anyway?
Frustrated, sick in his mind, sick in his soul if he has one. He hates everybody that has anything that he can't have.
It really goes to show you that with all this, nothing has changed between the elites and the workers. Or the small guy.
I suppose you've decided what you want to do when you get out of college.
Oh.
Build things. Design new buildings, plan modern cities.
Oh my god, he was a really ambitious guy.
Town is no place for any man unless he's willing to crawl to Potter. Now, you've got talent, son. You get yourself an education and get out of here.
Wow, so he had a lot of dreams, and his father really wants what's best for him. I think it goes to show you that, things don't really usually, you have big dreams, but then it never works out. That's why you have to keep your options open.
Hello, Violet. Hello.
Well, you remember my kid sister Mary. Dance with her, will you?
That's the reason why I came in fourth. Out who it was later, but I couldn't find out. They know what
You
kind of a
remember
guy
George.
I am. To get back to my story, see?
And it's funny, that's actually how they met when they were little children.
Damn.
Oh, why don't you stop annoying people?
Hey!
Charleston contest. The genuine loving cup. Those not tapped by the judges will remain on the floor.
All a swing in 1928. That was the year Mickey Mouse was born, also.
I'm not very good at this.
Neither am I.
Yeah, dance it, Jimmy. Oh my god. Jumps in. Oh, I already like this movie, guys.
Come on tonight. Buffalo girls can't
Tonight.
18.
18? It was only last year. Young.
Oh.
You look, you just. Uh-oh.
Oh. Take your foot off.
Sir, by train, please.
A pox upon me for a clumsy lout. Your caboose, me lady.
You may kiss my hand.
Oh, damn.
You see, you make a wish and then try and break some glass, and you got to be a pretty good shot nowadays.
It's full of romance, that old place. I'd like to live in it.
Hey, you kids, don't do that.
What do you wish, George?
Well, not just one wish, a whole hatful. Mary, Italy, Greece, the Parthenon, the Colosseum. Then I'm coming back here and go to college and see what they know, and then I'm going to build things.
Good aim.
What'd you wish, Mary?
Buffalo gals, can't you come?
Unbelievable. He really wanted to be an architect. It's funny, when I was younger, I wanted to work for Hollywood, be a director or an actor, or write scripts, but it didn't really work out.
You want the moon? Just say the word and I'll throw a lasso around it and pull it down. I'll give you the moon, Mary.
I'll take it.
Why don't you kiss her instead of talking her to death?
Want me to kiss her, huh?
Oh,
Oh, you know he wanted to.
Hey, mister, come on back out here. I'll show you some kissing.
Hey. Oh, no.
What do you...
Oh, shoot. Uh-oh.
Mary?
Uh-oh. It's not a dog, you know.
Okay, I give up. Where are...
Over here, in the hydrangea bushes. Please give me my robe.
Man doesn't get in a situation like this every day.
I'd like...
Come on, don't torture her, dude. Just give it to her.
This
George,
requires a little thought here.
give me my robe. Shame on you. I'm going to tell your mother on you.
Well, my mother's way up in the corner there.
Then I'm going to scream.
Maybe I could sell tickets.
Just give her the thing, dude.
George, come on home, quick. Your father's had a stroke. Come on, let's hurry.
Oh. Father has a stroke, jeez.
I want the board to know that George gave up his trip to Europe to help straighten things out here. And now we come to the real purpose of this meeting, to appoint a successor to our dear...
I claim this institution is not necessary to this town. I make a motion to dissolve this institution and turn its assets and liabilities over to the receiver.
What does that mean exactly?
He was a man of high ideals, but ideals without common sense can ruin this town. If you shoot pool with some employee here, you can come and borrow money. All because a few starry-eyed dreamers stir 'em up and fill their head with a lot of impossible ideas.
Wow, what an asshole.
What did you say just a minute ago? They had to wait and save... Wait for what? Do you know how long it takes a working man to save $5,000? Well, is it too much to have them work and pay and live and die in a couple of decent rooms and a bath? Anyway, my father didn't think so.
Wow.
Building and loan.
I know very well what you're talking about. Your town needs this measly one-horse institution, if only to have some place where people can come without crawling to Potter.
His father was a very selfless person. I appreciate that. Boy, George, I think, is starting to... I think I'm starting to see what's going on here. His life didn't really turn out that well due to a couple of circumstances that were out of his control. A little bit.
They voted Potter down. They want to keep it going.
You did it, George. You did it.
Only one condition.
They've appointed George here as executive secretary to take his father's place.
I'm leaving.
George, they'll vote with Potter otherwise.
That's... Wow.
But he gave his school money to his brother Harry and sent him to college.
But what happened to George?
George got 4 years older waiting.
Wow, so it really was, yeah. So he made a lot of sacrifices to keep Potter away.
There she blows. You know what the three most exciting sounds in the world are?
Breakfast is served, lunch is served.
Glad to see you.
Say, where's Mother?
She's home cooking the fatted calf.
Uncle Billy, I want you to meet Ruth.
Hello.
Ruth Dakin.
Ruth Dakin Bailey, if you don't mind.
Surprise, here she is. Meet the wife.
How do you do? What am I doing? Congratulations!
I saw a little bit of hesitation right there. His brother pretty much had the life he wanted.
Purely mercenary. My father offered him a job.
You spoke out of turn. I never said I'd take it. I've been holding the bag here for 4 years. Well, I won't let you down, George.
That kind of does. I understand why he did it, but that can be tough for anyone.
If you'll point me in the right direction, would you just
turn this way and then right straight down there.
I'm all right. I'm all right.
Sorry, not resentment. There's a little disappointment going on there. His father told him directly that he shouldn't stay here, and then he's got talent, but he made the sacrifice to avoid that Potter guy.
Can you give me one good reason why you shouldn't call on Mary?
Sure, Sam Wainwright.
She lights up like a firefly whenever you're around. Besides, Sam Wainwright's away in New York.
I think I'll go out and find a girl and do a little passionate necking.
You know, sometimes this is actually a very sweet film at times. Mary's always had her eye on George for a really long time. So this is how... So I assume that's the girl he's going to marry, obviously.
What are you doing tonight?
Nothing.
Are you game, Vi? Let's make a night of it. Let's go out in the fields and take off our shoes and walk through the grass. Then we can climb Mount Bedford and smell the pines and...
My bare feet!
Forget about the...
Wow. Okay. Mary. Oh, she drew that for him. Buffalo Gals, because they were singing that.
Well, I'll come in for a minute. But
Couldn't we just try and reach over a little bit more?
I thought you would go back to New York like Sam and Angie and the rest of them.
I don't know. I guess I was homesick. Family and everything.
Him. She was in love with him.
I still can't understand it, though. You know, I didn't tell anybody I was coming. No, I don't want to be rude.
Well, then, sit down.
What's that? Some joke, huh?
Dude, she likes you. Take the hint.
See, it still smells like pine needles around here.
You know, this reminds me of some of the houses I saw in Old Town Orange.
No, marriage is all right for Harry and Marty and Sam and you.
George Bailey, what's he want?
My brother's life.
He's making violent love to me, Mother.
Tell him to go right back home. Sam Wainwright promised to call you from New York.
I didn't come here to...
What did you come here for then?
Tell me.
Why don't you go home?
That's what...
Get it.
I could tell she didn't like Sam at all. Jeez. Ooh.
Mary, he's waiting.
The old school breakup way.
George, Sam wants to speak to you.
Hi, Sam.
Well, George Baileyovsky. What are you trying to do, steal my girl?
Unbelievable. And look who he's with right now.
Here's Mary.
If only she knew.
You tell your father you can get that for a song, and all the labor he wants, too. Half the town was thrown out of work.
George, I may have a job for you. Will you tell that guy I'm giving him the chance of a lifetime?
And I don't want to get married ever to anyone. You understand that? I want to do what I want to do. And you're... Mary.
Wow.
Here they come!
He gave it all up and he married her.
Where are we going? Look at this. There's the kitty, Ernie. Here. We're gonna shoot the works. A whole week in New York, a whole week in Bermuda, the highest hotels, champagne, the richest caviar, prettiest wife.
After that, who cares?
Now, but there's something funny going on over there at the bank, George.
Oh boy. The bank.
You got any money in the bank?
Wow, just one incident after another just dashed every plan that he had.
Now, look, why don't you all sit down? Here, there are a lot of seats over there.
This is a pickle, George. This is a pickle.
All right, now, what happened?
If this ever started, all I know is the bank called our loan.
When?
About an hour ago, I handed over all our cash. Sent evidence still was less than we owed them.
Holy mackerel.
The cash for the honeymoon, he's gonna have to use it. Oh, God.
I have just guaranteed the bank sufficient funds.
Just took over the bank.
I am willing to guarantee your people, too. Just tell them to bring their shares over here.
Oh, you never miss a trick, do you, Potter? Well, you're gonna miss this one.
If you close your doors before 6 p.m., you will never reopen.
Yep, it's the money for the honeymoon he's gonna have to use. God, Potter ruined so much for him. It really goes to show you that elites and little man still fight after all these years.
And in the Kennedy house, and Mrs. Maitland's house, and 100 others. You're lending them the money to build, and then they're going to pay it back to you as best they can. Now, what are you going to...
Old man Potter will pay 50 cents on the dollar for every share you got.
Have to stick to your original agreement. Now,
Oh. If they went to Potter's, he would have been out of business.
If Potter gets a hold of this building and alone, there'll never be another decent house. He's got the bus line, he got the department stores, and now he's after us. Well, it's very simple, because we're cutting in on his business. That's...
It hasn't worked in over a year, and I need money.
Yeah.
How much do you...
They're gonna use the money for the honeymoon.
Pre-opens. All right, Tom, how much do you need?
$242.
There you are. That'll count still here. That's a loan.
Just the way he gives it away is just absolutely amazing. He helps everyone. He has one good feature about his father, and that is he's selfless.
I'll never close this up today.
5, 4, 1, bingo! Look, we're still in business. We still got $2 left. Well, a couple of financial wizards.
Those rock.
George, there's a call for you.
Wife on the phone. She's probably over at her mother's. I don't want Mrs. Bailey.
That's...
I want my wife. Miss.
Hello.
Come home. 320 Sycamore. Well, whose home's that?
The room, idiot. This is their honeymoon. Come on, get that.
Oh my God. They bought the house and they're gonna have their family there.
Welcome home, Mr. Bailey.
He's like, oh now. He's like, okay now. Hold on. This is amazing. Just the way they put that on the record was amazing. I love the chicken that we're roasting over there. My mom used to do that sometimes with hams. They were delicious. I would love to have a wife and kids someday if I ever get married. These old houses. It looks like California a little bit.
Make it a speech.
Sam Wainwright.
Oh, who cares?
Oh, that's awkward.
But you can't laugh off this Bailey Park anymore. 90% owned by suckers who used to pay rent to you.
Even though they know the Baileys never made a dime out of it.
But one of these days, this bright young man's going to be asking George Bailey for a job.
Ooh. Damn. Bailey really knows how to put Potter in his place. He's become very successful with this. It looks like they filmed this in California. Just the hills, and you can look at the houses. Some of those got to be at least 90 years old by now.
Take during the Depression, for it. You and I were the only ones that kept our heads. Saved the building and loan. I saved all the rest.
Yes, well, most people say you stole all the rest.
He's a slime ball. I believe he stole it.
A young man, the smartest one in the crowd, mind you. A young man who has to sit by and watch his friends go places. Trapped into frittering his life away.
He's telling a little bit of a truth, but I feel like he's manipulating him.
Hire me. I want you to manage my affairs, run my properties. I'll start you out at $20,000 a year. You wouldn't mind living in the nicest house in town? A couple of business trips to New York a year? Maybe once in a while Europe? You wouldn't.
But what about his business?
I'm offering you a 3-year contract at $20,000 a year starting today.
I don't need 24 hours. I don't have to talk to anybody. I know right now. And the answer's no, no. You sit around here and you spin your little webs and you think the whole world revolves around you and your money. Well, it doesn't, Mr. Potter.
I love how consistent his character is. He doesn't give in. He does not give in to Potter. I love this so much. He could have had anything in the world, but he sacrificed so much just to have his savings, his family, have his loan and savings office, to have it all. What was really important to him the most.
You what?
Hi, baby.
Mary, you on the nest?
George Bailey Lasso Stork.
This is a stork.
Oh, that's what that was.
Then came a war. Ma Bailey and Mrs. Hatch joined the Red Cross and sold more babies, but still found time to run the USO. Potter became head of the draft board.
Boy, back in World War II, everybody did their part. Even those that were, back in World War II, you did it, regardless.
Gower and Uncle Billy sold war bonds. Ernie, the taxi driver, parachuted into France. Harry Bailey topped them all. He shot down 15 planes. 4F on account of his ear. George fought the Battle of Bedford Falls.
Wow, everyone got to do everything but except him. He feels like it comes to a point where I think George compares himself to everyone else. I can relate with that a lot.
Oh, look at the headline there, President. I know. This is for you. This is for you. Okay. That's for you. Right.
Even for everything for all the envy he received and frustration that he had, he always cared and was always proud of his brother, no matter what.
I want to spend Christmas in Elmira with my family.
I don't blame you at all, Mr. Carter.
8,000. Slacker George would have gotten 2 of these medals if he had gone. Some people like George had to stay at home. Not every heel was in Germany.
It's like one of the themes they make in this movie. It's about sacrifices we make for the good of people and for our own selflessness.
You forgot something.
Oh, sure I have.
Well, then it's usually customary to bring the money with you.
Uh-oh. Oh, it's the money he deposited. Who's gonna deposit? Oh, no. Potter didn't even give it back. It's like he's a thief, dude.
There you are.
Oh, no, George.
Here.
Don't.
No, here. No, that's a loan. No, that's my business, building and loan. Besides, you'll get a job.
Make sure you wipe that off.
Say hello to New York for me.
Yeah, sure.
That's not what it looks like, dude.
Well, yeah, he wants the accounts payable to...
Oh, no.
Maybe, I don't want any maybe. We've got to find that money. You realize what's going to happen if we don't find it?
Where's that money, you silly, stupid old fool? It means bankruptcy and scandal and prison.
What? Oh, that's right, going to jail. Jeez, this cannot be tough for him. His life didn't really turn out the way it was supposed to.
What's the matter?
Nothing's the matter.
Is
isn't it? I had 50 calls today about the parade, the banquet.
Well, I just love how he loves his children and his family so much. He can't imagine being in prison. He's afraid to tell her.
Must she keep playing that?
I have to practice it for the party tonight. Can you sing, Daddy?
Family. I don't want the families over here.
While I finished dinner.
Guy's gotta be so tough, and that's eating him up, and he doesn't know how to tell him.
What is it, sore throat or what?
Just a cold. The doctor says it's
The
nothing
doctor,
serious.
I don't know why we don't all have pneumonia. Why do we have to live here in the first place and stay around this measly, crummy old town? Why do we have to have all these kids?
He had a choice. He didn't have to stay here, but he made the sacrifice.
Want to give my flower a drink?
All right. No, here.
Oh.
Look, Daddy. Taste it.
It needs to be in water. That's why you put it in water.
Give the flower a drink. Now, is that Zuzu's teacher?
Yes.
Let me see. What do you mean sending her home like that, half naked? You realize she'll probably end up with pneumonia on account of you? Teachers like you, stupid, silly, careless people that send our kids home without any clothes on.
I don't know how they did with sick kids back in those days, so I don't have a comment.
Oh, Mr. Welch. Welch, give me a chance to tell you what I really think of your wife.
George.
Oh, you will, huh? Okay, Mr. Welch, anytime you think you're...
Dad, how do you spell hallelujah?
How should I know? What do you think I am, a dictionary? Tony, haven't you learned that silly tune yet? You play it over and over.
Dude. All the dreams he wanted. That's what this is symbolic of.
I'm sorry, Mary. I didn't mean that. I'm in practice. Pete, I owe you an apology, too. What do you want to know?
Nothing, Daddy.
He scared his kids and he upset his wife.
Janie, go on. I told you to practice. Now go on, play.
Oh, Daddy.
Dude.
George, why must you torture the children? Why don't you...
I think you need to leave. You need to leave, dude.
Through some sort of an accident, my company's shortened their accounts. I've got to raise $8,000 immediately.
That was in the envelope.
Please help me, Mr. Potter. Help me, won't you, please? I'll pay any sort of a bonus on the loan, any interest.
Could possibly be there's a slight discrepancy in the...
He took the ball.
You come to me. Why don't you go to Sam Wainwright and ask him for the money?
He's in Europe. You know that. You're the only one in town that can help me.
I've suddenly become...
I have some life insurance. $15,000 policy.
And you asked me to lend you $8,000. Traded young man. Miserable little clerk. Why don't you go to the riffraff you love so much and ask them to let you have $8,000? I'm going to swear out a warrant for your arrest. Malfeasance.
I just heard that term recently, too.
Yeah, Bill? This is Potter.
Jeez. He's so helpless. He's in a desperate situation.
Yeah! How about some of that good spaghetti? We got everything.
Piece of advice, alcohol doesn't do anything. It just makes things worse.
If you're up there and you show me the way.
This Mr. George bit.
Talk to my wife like that, you
Oh,
get worse.
shit.
She kids how to read and write, you have to bawl around, eh?
Oh, God.
Who was that?
No, he was angry and frustrated, but I don't know how they did it back in those days, but...
Please, no, go away, please.
Oh, my God, and he's driving drunk, too. I don't know how on earth he would be... Dude, this guy would be dead already. Jeez. Or in prison or DUI.
Now look what you did. Hey, you. Hey, you.
Oh my God, is he gonna kill himself? No way. He's contemplating suicide. Oh, and that water's freezing.
Help! Help!
What in the world? Wait a minute, is that Clarence? Oh my God, he'd have hypothermia within 20 minutes. Sorry, Titanic enthusiast. That's how I know about that. We probably would have died from a shock from that ice cold water.
Oh, Tom Sawyer's drying out, too. Jumped in to save George. You didn't go through with it, did you? Suicide.
Oh, it's against the law to commit suicide.
Yeah, it's against the law where I come from, too.
Oh, yeah, because suicide means you give up on God.
I'm the answer to your prayer. Oh, I know all about
AS2. What's that AS2?
Angel, second class.
He's like, no. He's like, no, no.
I told you I'm your guardian angel. I know everything about you.
Sort of a fallen angel, aren't you?
My wings yet. That's why I'm an angel second class.
He'll be first class when he gets his wings, of course.
I'm worth more dead than alive.
Now look, you mustn't talk like that. I won't get my wings with that attitude. You just don't know all that you've done.
A lot better off. My wife and my kids and my friends.
Oh, I know where this is going. He's gonna show him what life would be like if it didn't exist, right?
Yeah, so you still think killing yourself would make everyone feel happier, right?
I said I wish I'd never been born.
You've got your wish.
Dude, I don't know how I would feel if... I don't know how I feel about being around a guardian angel around that who knew everything about me.
Say something else in that ear.
Sure, you can hear out of it.
Because you weren't born.
Jump in that cold water.
Your lips stop bleeding too, George.
What I need's a couple of good stiff drinks. Come on, as soon as these clothes of ours are dry.
Clothes are dry.
Dude, I've always wondered what would it be like if I didn't exist. Every now and then I've actually wondered that.
No car?
Well, I had a car, and it was... Hey, well, where's my car? I'm the fellow that owns the car that ran into your tree. Hey, yeah, I ran into
One of the oldest trees in Pottersville.
Pottersville? What do you mean?
Pottersville. Don't think I know where I live?
That means Potter bought the entire city and he owns it.
I don't know. Either I'm off my nut or he is.
It isn't me.
Real?
Clarence!
He worked his entire life to stop Potters from taking over everything, and now we're seeing the consequences.
Want a martini?
No, Martini, your boss.
I'm the boss. You want a drink?
Mulled wine, heavy on the cinnamon.
We save hard drinks in here for men who want to get drunk, so I have to slip you my...
Hey, whoa.
Never saw a neck act like that before.
You gotta strange things from now on. Somebody just made it. Every time you hear a bell rings, it means that some angel's just got his wings.
You have to save him before you can get your wings.
I think maybe you your wings around here.
Believe me.
Oh, why should they be surprised when they...
Where do you come off calling me Nick?
Well, Nick, that's...
Oh, no!
Didn't I tell you never to come panhandling around here? Huh?
Oh my God, he's homeless.
Mr. Gower, this is George Bailey. Don't you know me?
You don't exist.
Mr. Gower! Hey, what is it?
That rumhead spent 20 years in jail for poisoning a kid, if you know...
Oh no!
This way, gentlemen.
Hey, that guy who plays the guy who throws him out? He was in one of the Three Stooges shorts. He was in Sing a Song of Six Pants.
Hey, what's going on around here? Well, this ought to be Martini's place.
He doesn't exist.
I told you, George, I'm your guardian angel.
What else are you? What are you? You a hypnotist?
I'd be asking you if he was a magician.
Name's George Bailey.
There is no George Bailey. No cards. No driver's license. They're not there either. Zuzu's petals.
Everything is gone because you never had children.
A chance to see what the world would be like without...
So long, mister. I'm going home.
Home? What home?
Shut up. You're crazy. That's what I think.
Honestly, I think if I was already if I had no identity and I was with a guardian angel, I had no money, no pedal, no nothing, I would start to get the hint that this guy was the real deal. Look what he's done. With the way Potter altered this, I am getting vibes, flashbacks of Back to the Future Part 2. The alternate 1985 when Biff stole the time machine and he altered it.
The Bailey building alone was up there.
They went out of business.
That's John. I know Potter and I.
What?
Hey, look. Hey, listen, that's Violet May.
I know
that girl.
Oh my God. She turned into a total drunk and a...
Now, you're Ernie Bishop, and you live in Bailey Park with your wife and kid. That's right, isn't it?
Yeah, I live in a shack in Pottersfield. My wife ran away 3 years ago. And
all the residents who got his money from him. Dude, it's all gone bad downhill without him.
This is the place.
This house ain't been lived in for 20 years.
Because they never got married and never had kids and he didn't exist and she's somewhere else.
Mary. Tommy. P. J.
They're not here, George. You have no children.
He's looking insane, dude. I think you need to listen to Clarence now.
You were here on my wedding night. You both of you stood out there on the porch and sung to us. Don't you remember? Listen to it. Ernie, will you take me over to my mother's house?
I hate to do this to you, Bud, but...
Oh! Can't Clarence disappear?
Joseph!
Yep.
This is George. Something terrible's happened to me. Please let me come in. I know everybody you know. Your brother-in-law, Uncle Billy.
He's been in the insane asylum ever since he lost his business.
Oh my God. He's lost his business. But that means if he wasn't born, Harry doesn't exist. Harry died.
Each man's life touches so many other lives. When he isn't around, he leaves an awful hole, doesn't he?
Oh, as this should be, Bailey Park.
Oh, the Potter, that's right.
But where are the houses?
Oh, it's son Harry.
Your brother, Harry Bailey, broke through the ice and was drowned at the age of 9. The man on that transport died. Harry wasn't there to save him because you weren't there to save Harry.
And that's where Back to the Future Part 2, the George McFly death, because it came from this.
I don't know how you know these things, but tell me, where is she? If you know where she is, tell me where my wife is.
She's an old maid. She never married.
Where?
She's a maid?
Mary! Mary!
It's really sad knowing this, that he didn't exist.
George, don't you know me? What's happened to us? I don't know. You let me go. Mary, I need you, Mary. Tom, my wife.
Don't you get it? You don't exist, man. Oh, he's... Oh my God. This is insane.
Clarence! Help me, Clarence! Get me back to my wife and kids! Help me, Clarence, please! I want to live again! I want to live again. Let me live again.
All he asked was to live again. And now he's back in reality. I'm sorry, guys. I wanted to cry for a minute.
You
He got
all
the
right?
whip back.
I've been looking all over town trying to find you. Hey, your mouth's bleeding. Are you sure you're all right?
My mouth's bleeding, Bert! Do those pedals. Bert! What are you... Merry Christmas!
Never thought about this, but you know you're gonna have to pay for that.
Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas, movie home! Merry Christmas, Emporium! Merry Christmas, you wonderful Billy alone! Merry Christmas, Mr. Potter!
I wouldn't be wishing Merry Christmas to him. He still has the $8,000, by the way.
I'll bet it's a warrant for my arrest. Isn't it wonderful?
No.
Oh, I could eat you up.
Ollie, where are you? Oh, George. Quick, they're on their way. All right. It's a mirror. Come in, Uncle Billy.
George!
The $8,000. They raised it.
Mary did it, George. Mary did it. She told some people you were in trouble. They scattered all over town collecting money.
He told everything, and they're giving thanks for all the stuff he's done. All this, man. And they're giving thanks to him because of all the help he's done, and now he understands his impact. Oh, just like how he gave up his money for the honeymoon. Oh my God, this is amazing.
Mr. Gower cabled you need cash. Stop.
My office instructed to advance you up to $25,000. Sam Wainwright.
He was in. That's right. He was in Europe and he was in trouble, and they told him. He's on. It's his brother.
To my big brother George, the richest man in town.
You know, I never thought about this, but he would still be in jail for DUI. Thanks for the wings. He helped see through it, however, and he changed his mind.
Look, Daddy, every time a bell rings, an angel gets his wings.
Attaboy, Clarence.
That was interesting. Alright, and that's a wrap on It's a Wonderful Life, and I really needed some time to gather my thoughts. And this movie, I now understand why this is an iconic movie. The message of the film is just so wonderful. It really is a wonderful life because George, you know, Jimmy Stewart's character, he made such an impact on the townspeople despite every little thing that was going wrong. but he was more than willing to just give it up, and that's just not the way to do things. He didn't value himself. He made so many sacrifices, you know, just to help other people. He could have gone to college and gone to Europe. He gave it to his own son. He gave it to his brother because he knew that if Potter got his hands on that town, it would destroy everything. What was also just amazing is I don't know what to describe. It was a movie that really was ahead of its time. I think one of the scenes that really kind of gets to me is when he turns down that $20,000 a year offer to go work for him because his loan and savings bank was just more important. Despite all the downfalls that he chose to end, he really underestimated himself, and when he was shown what the world would look like if he never existed, that changed everything in the end. Because people came through, and they showed how much they loved him when they put the money up, the $8,000 deposit. And that really goes to show you that no matter what in your darkest hours, you matter. There are people who love and care about you and value the impact that you make. So always cherish that no matter what. Alright. And that's it. And we'll see you on the next reaction video. And until then, the spotlights are off. And happy holidays, everyone. And Merry Christmas to all of you. Bye.